Cancer, this reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising in Love, October 21st through November 4th. Cancer in Love, October 21st through November 4th. Cancer, I will still be giving away a free reading this month, as I always do. If you'd like to be considered, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below your video, and I will notify winners at the very end of the month. Cancer in Love. Cancer, I'm channeling reconciliations. Reconciliation possibly after deceit. Reconciliation with somebody who may have been a bit codependent, but reconciliation nonetheless. If you want this to last after you reconcile, there has to be true forgiveness. It is a main message that comes in, okay? It's not about burying feelings. It's not about letting things go for a period of time until they resurface and someone blows up again. It's about you and a partner genuinely working through things and genuinely offering forgiveness. It has to be mutual, and then letting issues go. Try not to bring up the past. It feels like you maybe, or a partner may be bringing up the past, and it may have been something that has already resolved, okay? The past needs to stay in the past. Reconciliations are here. If you want a reconciliation, you'll reconcile with the partner at this time, but make sure there is forgiveness at the core, okay? Forgiveness and healing, it must be mutual, but definitely some positive reconciliations here. So let's get a little bit more clarity. Cancer in Love. All right. Oh, you saw that pop, right? I'm telling you, this reconciliation energy. And of course, my little Cancer kitty jumps up in the background. Hey, bud. Reconciliations. I'm telling you, so positive as long as you can offer forgiveness and vice versa and let some things go. But again, it can't just be letting things go temporarily or burying emotions because you want to get back together with somebody. There really must be true healing here, okay? But I do see you guys will achieve that healing. I do see some karmic patterns and some karmic issues truly being resolved now permanently, okay? For many of you, this reconciliation is going to bring a new chapter and a new experience. And it feels like I'm getting long awaited. I'm hearing that. Long awaited. Okay. So you guys have been waiting and you've been patient and you've probably gone through the ringer. You've been waiting for that breath of fresh air. You've been waiting for things to get a little bit easier. You've been waiting for that light at the end of the tunnel. It does feel like you guys are arriving at the light at the end of that tunnel now. Okay. Or at the very least, you can see it. We have reconciliation followed by attraction. Core of the reading, attraction here, okay? You're very attractive if you are single. Well, first of all, you may not be single for too long because you may have somebody coming back. You may be attracting a partner back into the picture. You may be consciously doing this, but try not to, it's okay to let universe know what you want, and that's a beautiful thing, but don't force a reconciliation here, okay? Those that are meant to come back will without you having to try too hard. If someone doesn't come back, without trying too hard, they're not meant to, okay? Reconciliation isn't for everybody, but it is the dominant message, okay? So attraction, if you're single and you're not considering reconciliation or you're not sure about a reconciliation, I see, I want to say 3 people, Cancer. I'm getting the number 3, but not really. I'm getting like the number 3, but 2 of them you can bank on. The number 3, but 2 of them you can bank on, okay? So those numbers might mean something for you. The 23rd, 2 or 3, I'm getting those numbers, but it's almost like you go from 3 to the number 2. I think for some of you, you may have had a third-party situation, and now this reconciliation brings just 2 people back together without the third-party interference, and as long as there's healing and forgiveness here, you move forward, okay? Because I'm seeing that in that order, from the number 3 down to the number 2. So I really think if there's been a third party or an ex, I do think for some of you, you may just be dealing with an ex who doesn't really want to stay gone, and you may have already moved on. You may already be in a new partnership. This could be your ex. This could be a new partner's ex, and the ex is that third person trying to come back into the picture. That energy is about to get cleared, okay? It may get intense before it gets cleared, but I do see that getting cleared because not everybody wants this reconciliation. It's an option, but not everybody wants this. For those of you who have already moved on, especially if you've already attracted and called in, especially high-level soulmates, new high-level soulmates, I don't know. I don't see anybody from the past being able to really step in and mess that up. They may try. They may try. They may really want to get back together with you, or you may find somebody else's ex is being a little bit aggressive. But 3 down to 2, okay? Something's getting cleared. Someone's getting cleared. Someone will not be in the picture by the time you arrive at the beginning of November, okay? Attraction followed by calling in soulmates. I'm telling you, I think some of you are calling in new soulmates. Some of you are calling in new soulmates and therefore will not consider reconciliation. But for others of you, you're calling a soulmate back in, okay? This attraction energy at the core is really interesting. So we have attraction again at the core. We have reconciliation and soulmate on both sides of attraction. What I love about this energy for you, Cancer, and the way this is being shown to me, especially if you're calling a soulmate back in, you're calling a soulmate back in. This attraction energy feels bright. It feels joyful. It feels empowered, okay? It feels empowered. So there is definitely this fierce energy there. I'm getting something about Leo. Archangel Ariel is a lion, so you may be dealing with a Leo. She's coming through very strong. This is solar plexus energy I'm getting here with this. Rays of the sun with this. But it shows me for those of you who do consider reconciliation, even if somebody was deceitful, even if there was a third party situation and you really can heal from this and move forward with forgiveness, it's showing me that someone's feeling more empowered. It's showing me that there's no more insecurities here. There's no more walking on eggshells. This energy is showing me something a little more joyful. It's like that first day of summer is what it feels like to me. That first day of summer and you step out and you're on the beach and you're in the sun. The sun may be a little too strong for you because you're not used to that intensity, but it's positive and it's beautiful nonetheless for you, okay? That is your light at the end of the tunnel. The light at the end of the tunnel for some of you is the sun. It's that bright, okay? And it's that powerful and it's that intense life force energy. Archangel Ariel, though, also comes through in terms of protection. Archangel Ariel may be protecting you from calling in or from calling back in somebody who wasn't trustworthy, from calling somebody back in who was deceitful too. Okay, that will apply to some of you. I really think many of you, maybe most of you, are calling a soulmate back in. Yeah, okay, 2 cards popping here. This makes sense to me. So we have reconciliation clarified by an expression of love. Someone's trying to come back. They're expressing their love to you or vice versa. I really, really, really see somebody stepping back into the picture. For the majority of you, again, even if it was a very difficult situation, as long as you are both willing to heal, as long as all parties can own up to what they've done wrong, there's no blame game, okay? If somebody was deceptive, if there's a third-party situation, they can't be blaming that on you, okay? If you weren't the person who stepped out, they need to be taking ownership, okay? So that is obviously an important factor here. But if everybody is doing that, and there is healing, and there is forgiveness, you rekindle real love here. You grow new roots with this person. You establish a much stronger foundation if you come back together and you allow this healing and forgiveness to take place, okay? There is a lot of love. If you are not interested in a reconciliation, I do still see somebody showing up, expressing love to you. You're going to see it, you're going to feel it, you're going to hear it, okay? But this gets even better. So again, we come back to this attraction energy, the sun energy, Archangel Ariel energy, clarified by this could be the one. There's just something really strong here. You know, we want to call in soulmates. And let me hold this up because we have the soulmate card here. We call in soulmates. And I feel like we're all searching, or most of us search for that really intense connection, that magnetic connection that we know to be either twin flame relationships or soulmate relationships. I encourage you to manifest the high level soulmate relationships because those are the ones that tend to stick around long term, okay? But even with the high level soulmates, they're going to come in with lessons. They're going to come in and some of these people are going to hurt you. You're going to hurt some of these people. And not necessarily because anybody's being malicious, but we are still human. We are these beautiful souls having a human experience, okay? And so we go through pain and we hurt one another. And sometimes it is just absolutely brutal. That does show up in soulmate relationships. But I'm feeling like for those of you who've had that experience, regardless of how difficult it was, if it's a high-level soulmate, You heal because you still know that this person is the one. It does not excuse bad behavior, okay? It's not about, sweeping something under the rug. It is not about suppressing difficult emotions. If you're going to reconcile with somebody, especially if they did you wrong, Cancer, they have to own up. They have to own up, or you're not even going to entertain this. There is like literally no point in even attempting to get back together unless whoever did something wrong, and this might be two parties. You may find it's you and somebody else played a role and did something wrong. You own up to that, though, and you heal side by side, and you move forward with forgiveness. You guys will build a stronger foundation, okay? Now, for those of you who are like, there's no way, I can't go back to that, I can't forgive that, then don't consider the reconciliation. If you know that it's something that is unforgivable to you, you'll never get over, you'll never trust this person, it's not worth it, and you will now attract a different partner. You'll attract a different soulmate, somebody else who is this energy, somebody else who is a high vibing, a high level soulmate, okay? So there is light at the end of the tunnel, regardless of how this is all played out for you, okay? Regardless of how far along you are on this journey. It does feel like some of you have gone through a very, very, very difficult time, Cancer, okay? There's resolution out. Calling in soulmate is clarified by retreat. If you call somebody back, you need time alone to heal. That's really all this message is. For others of you, to call in a soulmate, you still need to do some healing on your own. To one, possibly call somebody back in, or to call in a new soulmate, okay? There is healing. This speaks to healing. This speaks to time alone, either yourself or you and a partner to heal. But this is about healing. This is about self-nurturing. This is about really getting to the core of what it is you want. This is also speaking to forgiveness, okay? But I think, as intense as this sounds, I think that you should be feeling a little bit of relief here, Cancer, because whether you're going to take somebody back or not, if you're going through a hard time, there's resolution and there's peace and there's this empowered energy. Even if it's not about calling somebody new in, even if it's not about allowing somebody from the past to come back, this is still at the center of your reading. The ray of the sun, Archangel Ariel, the leader, that Leo energy, that fierce energy, but all sorts of self-empowerment. Not ego. I'm not talking about ego. I'm talking about honest to goodness self-empowerment. So there's something really powerful that you are stepping into here. It may be game-changing for you across the board. This self-empowerment, this energy, this again, the sun energy, this also speaks to money and abundance. You may be hyper-focused on work and you're like, I can't handle the reconciliation and I'm not interested in calling anybody in yet. I still have to heal. But you know what? While I'm healing emotionally in love, I'm just going to go get my money and build that business and build something big for myself, because it does feel like you're building something really big for yourself right now, Cancer. There's something, even outside of love, there's something coming through for you. It may feel like a major breakthrough. Something's happening, like you're right on the cusp of a major change here. But I also think because you're on a cusp of a major change, that's also going to allow the shift in love, even if it's somebody coming back who you've had a difficult experience. There's just a shift here. There's something different, and it's for the positive. Crowning your reading, we have playfulness. I always get air sign. I always get Gemini with playful. But regardless, whether it's an air sign or not, this is playful, beautiful energy. This is what you're moving toward. There's healing. And again, that solid foundation, if someone comes back, you get back to feeling playful. You get back to trust. You get back to spending time together once you go through that healing, okay? Because you can't skip this step. But if you do heal, you reach that light at the end of the tunnel, it's up from there, okay? There's no more of that trying, brutal kind of energy. I just see you guys coming into a much easier time. Of course, bottom of the deck, we have finances. I really think some of you are just hyper-focused on work. Money, I'm getting building businesses, new businesses. Such good energy there. Such good energy there. You may have a crossover. You may be attracting new love while you're at work. Okay, you may have someone admiring you at work, even though you don't really want to step over that boundary. You may, and they may be worthwhile, but look at what is underneath this. It's deception. I think you're healing from this. I think someone did something wrong here. Honestly, Cancer, this could have been you, but I'm not really feeling your energy is being deceptive. I think someone was deceptive to you, and it may not have been a third-party situation. It may not be that someone stepped out of the relationship. I do think for some of you, if somebody didn't show you their true colors, and when you found out what those true colors really are, you didn't like it, or you felt deceived. I'm getting that somebody lied that they were married. And they may have been divorced by the time you met them, but they kept something. And that, it just felt like, why would you lie about that? Why would you hold back on that? Why would you think I wouldn't understand and respect the fact that you had a life before me? So it might not be as serious as somebody cheated or stepped out of the relationship, but something came to light that felt like a deception for you, Cancer, and it may have caused some separations. There's healing, okay? There's real healing here. There's empowerment here. There's money for you here too. But I want to come back to this. Crowning your whole reading is this playful, beautiful energy. Enjoy this, okay? Cancer, if you feel like you need more clarity, reach out to me. I'm available for private readings. I'm available for energy healing work, which you guys know that I specialize in. I am fully booked out for the rest of October, but I do have a wait list going right now. And I will honor emergency healings and emergency readings at this point too, okay? So I will get you in if you guys need it. I will be back November 1st for your full month of November reading. But in the meantime, I'm sending you guys so much love, light, gratitude. I'll see you back here soon. Ciao.